I'm not going to drive one.
All right. Well, thank you, Shane. How you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah,
Miss you.
week was not long enough. I can assure you, I did not want to come back very bad.
Sure.
For the most part, with the weather, they've done a little blading when the weather allowed. That, the problem is if the sun comes out and it warms up, you get basically a couple hours.
Right.
While I was out, Rex did have the guys, they were doing some work in the shop and stuff. They put together, they're one panel shy of having a couple of cattle cars built
Oh, sure.
for the year, so should be able to get that finished up. I'm sure it's going to get cold again. And then, so this week we we sent the guys up to that pit that Riverside was in for the material that we.
Oh, yep.
From 5,500 yards or whatever that is.
Sure.
And they're hauling that up to the BOR pit where we're gonna mix it with.
Sweet.
And the Mac is down again. Sure. Sand road fell down inside the intake. So. And got his phone in his little grabber thing and tried to grab it and shut off some shit. I couldn't do anything. Got the transmission out now. That system was all plugged up. It was throwing codes there. So there's gonna be some parts that have to go in there, and then there's a bracket on the back of them, on the back of that motor that is. No. But I guess we don't have much of a choice other than to get it put back together.
Sure.
Hopefully get that one sent on.
Well, that's been a headache for you guys for so long.
Ever since.
Yeah.
It's,
What year is that? That Mac?
I think, don't quote me on this, Sherry, but I think it's a 2011.
Hmm.
I think it's 2011, 2013, so it's. Oh, yeah, it's been a headache.
Yeah. What's something going on with the new blades, like the lock nuts or something?
Yeah, well, what those guys were finding, I was aware of it, but Lee, when we got all that snow, Lee went out plowing and, he didn't realize he lost a blade on the wing.
Oh, dang.
So he kept plowing. Well, it got into the frog on the actual blade itself.
Sure.
So I see, Ben's gonna try and replace it. He was down and got some metal the other day, but I made sure to let all those guys know. I guess there were a few other guys that were finding, they even had the nuts doubled up.
Oh, wow.
And something, I don't know if it's the harmonics, you know, when they're plowing and doing that kind of stuff, or what's going on. But I did tell all those guys to make sure that they were periodically checking.
Sure.
Yeah.
These are new ones?
Yeah.
Design clock.
I don't know, they don't, you can't, apparently with these new wings, the one complaint that I do hear from these guys with the John Deere's and those wings, you can't really see them.
Yeah.
It's more difficult to see out of those blades and what's going on outside, so.
Yeah. No, that makes sense because they're used to having that like full
Yeah,
view, and
yeah.
these are built different.
Well, and the wings on the old ones, it seemed like they kicked out further,
Yeah.
you know, where you could kind of watch it and see the very end of the blade, but like plowing snow in this instance, when he lost the blade, I mean, there's no real way to tell because the snow's just blowing over the top.
Right,
You know, in fact, his lead didn't even know somebody saw it the next morning
sure.
because he got back to town late. And of course, it was right at dark. And so they didn't catch it.
Where does that blade go? Like it can't cause an accident or anything, can it?
That wing blade, I mean,
Locked,
it's
I mean, that's my first thought,
Yeah.
is if it's covered in snow and someone
Yeah.
hits it or something.
yeah, no, it had to be down. So, yeah, I told him to keep an eye on that. I think somebody was gonna try maybe, I don't remember. Who it was. One of the guys was gonna try some lockdowns.
Oh, yeah,
See what that did. But
worth a shot.
by the same token, with them doubled up, they shouldn't be coming.
Right. Yeah. No. Oh,
Other than that, that stuff this week, and we make some of that up. I know they want to take some of it to, the league. He's got a couple of spots that he figures that it will help out the sandy spots that maybe if we mix some of this stuff in.
sure.
Other than that, that's pretty much where we're at.
No complaints on the western front. People seem to be happy out west. At some point, the town of Red Yard probably could get hit. I haven't really trampled around like Inverness or Guilford or any of those, but I know that like some of the gravel roads are getting pretty washboardy within Red Yard, but
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I mean, they only get hit like once, maybe twice a year.
Right.
And it's usually in the spring.
Right,
and fall,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, that's just it, you know, this time of year is pretty tough.
Yeah.
Well,
that ground's hard too right now. It's just,
yeah, and well, and that's just it, you don't wanna put something down. there and
Right.
chunk it out.
Yeah.
Then you got a real mess.
Well, that warming and cold and snow.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that, you know, there's a lot of people complaining about the way it is, but I mean, you know, between the moisture we had, then it got warm, you had the moisture trying to go in the ground, you had the frost coming out of the ground, and you had people pounding holy living hell out.
yeah,
You're gonna make a match.
yeah.
If there's some parts of ours that this last weekend,
Yeah.
it's muddy and it's been terribly, terribly difficult to do.
Right,
To
yeah.
do anything like on that road. It's too,
I didn't even look. Are we supposed to get any moisture anytime soon?
April,
That wouldn't surprise me.
we are the 1st of April, we're gonna have the fog, big moisture. It's coming later this year than it did last year.
No,
And how do you know this?
yells at their phones.
Because I studied weather reporting.
Was it 90 days after the fogs?
Yeah,
Accurate.
And that's actually, yeah, that's pretty
And I
accurate.
keep very accurate records. So.
well,
so
the
I
farmer,
know.
the farmer's almanac was predicting a hell of a lot of moisture this year.
They were above moisture
Yep.
and below
Below
temps, and it's
temperature.
been the opposite.
Mhm.
I've seen a lot of seeding going on.
But we're not gonna, we can't, the farmer's almanac is now done. That was.
Well, there's two different
last
farmers
issue.
almanacs, I thought. One is done, and yeah, there was two different ones they were saying. One's done and one's not.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but.
So you'll have to rely on my weather. prediction.
Yeah.
My weather and he is saying sun's coming.
What's your medication? Yeah, I don't know, somebody, one of the guys was talking yesterday, they had talked to somebody that had predicted an open winter. And they're like, nah, and they were talking yesterday, he's sticking to his guns on it.
Sure.
I don't know.
Well, maybe that was the second almanac that came out.
Yeah,
Well,
Change
the
their
water
mind.
came down, some water came yesterday because of it, but Benny was out walking for her horse this morning. And she said it's solid ice up there on the hillside,
Mhm.
and that was, but last year, didn't the water come down in late February?
Oh, for a little while in February, but it didn't
I'm
flood or anything.
right, I'm trying to remember. Cause I know, well, our advisory board meeting, I know, yeah, we were doing a little blading in late January.
You know,
So it warmed up.
Mhm.
but then it gets bitter cold there, like middle of February.
Yeah, that's no,
Cause I ended up
We
having to,
had- we had our Mako convention in it, that's only had
yeah,
half again.
I ended up having to do some surgery because I had some pipes bust and,
Yeah,
Yeah, because we got the pond filled up last year, very, very early, I think.
Yeah.
we haven't heard, but we figured we'd ask you first. Have you heard anything on the, MDT meeting that we usually have about this time every year? Last year, I think it was up there by Murphy's at that hotel, where they talk about all their projects and everything.
oh, I have not heard.
I talked to, what's his name, Mike,
Mike?
yesterday. He figured it'd be coming up, but he wasn't sure and was gonna get a hold of Jody and ask her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
Okay, yeah. We just got to talking about that.
He didn't have it on his calendar.
Sure.
And I
Well, that's
think
where
since-
they usually do a year ago.
Since
Well,
these blades are brand new and they have that design flaw, I do believe you need to write in about that so that we can,
Right to who?
the
Trump?
designer,
The designer doesn't give a rip about what I have to say. I've worked on enough crap. You asked Randy if the designers give a rip about anything.
then we can have a design change, how to promote design change for future.
That's an understanding, Phil.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you call it their falls brand. Let them know.
I will.
well, cool.
Other than that, yeah.
How the guys doing? Morale? Just out there doing their thing?
Yeah, well, right now, but it's still early, you know,
Well, it's gotta be tough on those guys.
but
Wintertime,
winter sucks,
Gang.
yeah, they start.
because they're outdoor people and,
Let's put it well, and if there's too many of them around, then they start to get on each other's nerves. And I'm here to tell you, in early spring, I don't mind, I know Ben relishes.
yeah,
By the time winter is over, he's ready for all of them to get back.
it's like siblings. This weekend,
Exactly.
after the holidays and everything, I had to separate my kids, like Sarah took one and I took the other. and-
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're young.
yeah, right.
But yeah, for the most part. Jake will be out next week for his little trip to wherever it is.
Sure.
Lee, Jimmy and I were for a couple of weeks. Oh, I'll probably, I'm in the user rule situation, so that week of Martin Luther King.
Oh, the 19th or whatever?
Yeah.
Sure. Sweet.
You know, Jim, I think that, you need to put in a request too for that safety stuff. You know, all them colored shirts and colored vests or whatever. I think that you should put in so that your people are safetied. I think you need
Where?
to the safety committee
Oh,
because they should be providing that.
we've gotten stuff. We've got like
Yeah.
vests.
To make sure that you have enough. I'm trying to tell you so that you keep up so that
Yeah.
they all have enough
We've got 'em.
enough coats. or colored insurance, that would be a safety. Area.
Oh, sweet. Anything else for the greater good of the,
I can think of.
already? Any other questions before I log off here? All right, we are going to stop recording. Stop.